Let's have a light debate, shall we? Haha, sorry. And yes, that will be the last pun in this video. I also just realized that my bedside gun has dead light. So thanks for the inspiration of this video. That's something that needs to be checked, and it had been a few years. This topic is inspired by yesterday's video, or 2 days ago, I guess it'll be airing on this channel. The impact of putting a light on your gun and how that changes the way shooting performance is. But of course, the original reason why a weapon mounted light became a thing is to have a light on a weapon. Why would you want to do that? When would you and when wouldn't you? So I've heard, I think, valid points on both sides. I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. You don't have to claim to be an expert, just your personal opinion on this. Do you have a weapon mounted light or a handheld light? What is your way of carrying? Now, first off, why lights? Well, because humans are pretty bad at seeing in the dark, and as the TMVC commercials on ARFCOM love to remind us, it's dark on this planet half the time. There are also plenty of statistics showing that most of the violent or dangerous encounters happen in the dark. So, being able to identify what's going on around you and being able to identify a threat or non-threat, etc., is a huge advantage. There's, of course, reasons to want to have a light. It had always been handheld. Weapon-mounted lights became smaller and more compact. Weapons finally gave up proprietary rails. I was just talking with my dad about this because he has a Walther PPS M2, which I think was the tail end of Walther sticking to the Walther rail before they finally gave up and just went pick rail. Fortunately, everyone else has as well. So now we can get lights like this. And yes, it's an O-light, but guess what? It works when the batteries are good. Anyways, the advent of the weapon-mounted light adds some great opportunities. It means everything is together in one place. It means you can just hit the switch right there with your trigger finger or with your support hand thumb, depending on the switch and how you've got it set up. In the video the other day, I was using a Streamlight that had a toggle style where you sweep for on-off, momentary or constant, or for strobe, just like this one is on, it's strobe, it's on at the side, or it's off. This is a no-brander, but guess what? It still makes light, so it works for me. When would you want one or the other? Okay, if you've got it on the gun, that means one-hand operation. You have your gun, you have your light. When would you not want it on the gun? This is the controversy that I alluded to in that video, and that is there have been cases people have ended up in court and or jail because the problem when your flashlight is 9mm or 45 or 10 or 40, whatever you have as your carry or bedside gun, is you end up relying on this as your light, and so this is what you end up seeking with. I think that's acceptable in the house. I have obviously a light on my bedside gun. It's a Versa TPR9 full size. Yes, it's affordable, but yes, it's also heavy, all metal, double action, single action with a decocker, and I can shoot it pretty well. It shoots pretty flat, and it would work great as a bludgeoning device as well. So that's why it's my choice. That, and I can replace it. It's not so rare or expensive that I would cry about it when it gets taken in evidence. But back to the light. If you're staying within your house, one, you should just hunker down where you are, get to a place that you know, a defensible angle that you know in that room or that part of the house, call 911, get everyone to safety, wait, do not fire, do not go searching after somebody until they are a known threat to you, or if you need to distance the threat area from your family, I could understand that as well. No, I'm not a master tactician. No, I'm not a former cop. I was a soldier. That doesn't matter. Military and law enforcement tactics don't always apply to the civilian side anyways, so throw that out the window. Take it how you want. My thought, I'm going to hunker down where I know it's safe, where I know I have an advantage, call 911, and I'm going to wait. If they come at me, then they get met. That's an okay time for a light. What's not okay time for a weapon-mounted light would be roadside when your car breaks down and you get a flat and you've got to replace the tire, side of the road in the middle of the night. Using this as a way to see things is a bad idea, because people are going to see that driving by. A stranger approaches and you're wondering who they are. You point the flashlight, that's a bad idea, especially if that person might happen to be a cop on duty or off duty, in or out of uniform. You don't know. This is where the argument for the handheld light comes in. Pro to this, it's just a light. Yes, it can be blinding and disorienting if need be. However, it's just a light, not considered a weapon. You can hand it to someone, you can leave it somewhere, you can, as I do, lose these things often. I don't know how many pocket lights I've lost. That's why I stopped having the fancy tactical pocket lights, because I just couldn't hold on to them long enough. There's eventually a day or a time when I need to take it out of my pocket, or security checkpoint at a venue or something like that, and you just end up losing them. So I'd rather go through another $30 or $50 tops than a $200 light. But this lets you be separate. The downfall to a handheld light is it can be tough to light a target and aim at a target. We tend to focus on one thing at a time. Women, you can probably testify that men, this happens a lot. We aren't good at multitasking. There are plenty of skills and techniques for shooting with a handheld light. Just real quickly, and it has been ages, but we did do this at ITTS down with Scott Reitz and the LAPD Metro SWAT guys years ago. You can go side by side. You just got to make sure you keep these fingers free from the slide and reciprocating mass. So you want to hold it down here. You can do the wrist method, supporting the gun, and this way they tend to aim together, and you can make fine adjustments here. You can do what was, I believe, an FBI method at one point, and that is this. This requires a little more coordination to be able to aim the light and aim the weapon at the same time, but the thought behind this is a bad guy is going to want to shoot at the light. So if you're holding the light way up over here, hopefully they're going to miss that in the first place. However, I don't like that my head is within the range of what could be a miss. So that method is kind of a special tactic thing. This is very easy to do. This is fairly easy to do. Both of them require practice, whereas having it attached to the gun, all you got to practice is hitting that button. So this is a public survey. This isn't me teaching doctrine. This isn't me saying one way is right, one way is wrong. I want to hear from you guys what you prefer, what your light considerations are. And I'm sure we'll see some good points in the comments that can spar back and forth, all in good faith and in the efforts of spreading experience, knowledge, and opinion, because the internet's got lots of those. Tell me, weapon mounted or handheld, and why? Thanks for watching.